Welcome to New Realities. My name is Alan Steinfeld, and this program is about the exploration of a spiritual movement that's happening in this country and around the world. And there are so many teachers coming forward now with a higher understanding, a more evolved understanding to help people understand their true nature. And that's what tonight's show is about. I have one of the great mystics of our time who's here to share his wisdom. His name is Birinder, Bhullar, and he is the author of The Supreme Being. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Were you always aware of this level, or did you have an awakening?
Spirituality in this world has always been seen as something different, away from living. That's why the word renunciation comes in, and that is what scares the world. And because of that, very few people ever looked into the reality of life, because they were not yet prepared to give up life. So creation is trying, it's an experiment.
Creation is an experiment.
So it is trying a new way of passing this message on. Most people today who are aware of truth, they are living very normal lives. So that when they pass on their message, it is more demonstrative. They live like other people, and then they show to everyone that you can be very normal and be very spiritual. You could know the meanings of life. It will enrich your life.
So what is the purpose of life?
It is self-knowing.
To know oneself is the purpose of life.
That's right.
But then why did we incarnate in the first place if we already knew ourselves before we incarnated?
We did not know ourselves.
We did not.
It began, our source was collective consciousness. What some people call cosmic consciousness.
Yes.
Or you can call it super consciousness. That was our infinite source. Now a desire arose. This is the way I see Genesis, and I have experienced it. I have gone all the way back up to the source and come back out of it, because when you enter your source, you lose your mind.
And lose the personal ego.
Personal ego, there's no I center left.
Right.
And so mind is an instrument to remember. That's what carries memory.
Right.
And that has the faculties of cognition. So when those are disconnected, they dissolve as you cross over into the realm where, before creation, before Big Bang, because science is only trying to look at the Big Bang point as the origin.
Right.
So I'm talking of something even beyond that.
Right. The merging of the oneness, oneness consciousness.
That's right.
And so what did you discover?
What I discovered was, when I came back again consciously, at some point, the first thing that appeared was feeling, a desire. And I felt the original desire.
The original desire being what?
To know who I am. Because this desire was in an infinite consciousness, which had infinite qualities.
Right.
It could not be realized until it subdivided. Now here I would want to explain the purpose a little further.
Yes.
The purpose of creation is that each individuated soul should individually arrive at supreme consciousness, not in the collective consciousness, knew that, it is complete. There was no sense of incompletion.
Oh, I see. So the supreme consciousness, which split into all of us, already knew itself.
Yes.
But now we split into fragments, and the purpose of that life is then to know itself.
To know itself in the individualized state, to travel, to journey through creation, and then arrive back at it, so that every grain, every cell of creation gets awakened.
And so in the beginning, every cell of creation was not awakened because it was a whole.
Collectively awakened, not individually awakened.
And then after we're all awakened, then what? What is the reason for awakening?
When we say reason is always, this is a question which only a mind asks. Because I'm talking of a realm where there's no mind, because we cannot imagine an activity or a thought without a purpose.
Right.
But I'm interfacing a realm which has no purpose. It could be like a child playing for fun.
Right. Okay. So then the big question is, how do we arrive at awakening? What do we need to do to wake up to the divine?
the flow of creation first takes a soul away from collectiveness, to define it, to differentiate the unique quality more.
I need to know who I am, me from you. You mean I need to define my ego personality?
That's
what
right.
You're saying.
Yes.
And that needs to be solid in order to dismantle it.
Yes, it has to become very dense. It has to first become totally divided and centered in the I.
Right, separate from the collective.
Separate from the collective and see entire reality in subject-object relationship.
And we've already done that for so many lifetimes.
We have done that also.
So that part's almost complete, except for people.
No, but now we have developed the love for this consciousness.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
So how do we get over the perpetuation of that pattern, that cycle?
Where mankind stands today, the thing is we don't want to let go this state of reality, but we want, we are using the laws of material reality and trying to think that we might arrive at ultimate consciousness this way. Right. It's not on a continuum with this kind of process.
So what do we do? What can I do to disconnect from or somebody?
If we see the yogis, if we see the traditional methods, what they do is they gradually dissolve the I. Renunciation also is one step toward that. They start, they go into dispassion. They stop relating. I mean, they cut themselves off from society. And these were harsh methods toward, going away from relationship. Because ego is all relationship.
Well, the other path, though, is bhakti, total relationship, total service, where you also dissolve the self.
No, I have traveled on the Sufi paths, which is very close to what bhakti is. But bhakti, when we look at bhakti, that is the initial part. What you do in the bhakti process is that is to collect your scatter of when you begin your loves are scattered. You love so many things. Right. Bhakti means integrating all your loves to one love.
So we have to let go of the bhakti, the devotion path.
Later on, that also has to be let gone. You have to drop that as well.
So the people that go within and investigate the mind, they start to touch the eternal aspect of their soul because it's already inside them.
Yes.
But what is the practice that you recommend that we can do that?
Any meditation. Any meditation is, again, gathering your attention because attention is one faculty which is like a steering wheel for consciousness. Wherever attention goes, your consciousness flows. So a meditative process, what they do for some time is, because human mind is very scattered, it is fragmented. So meditations, gather them, make them single-pointed, and then you introspect better, then you look into your reality better. It becomes like a laser.
So what do you teach? What do you teach your students?
I teach basically that you should, you can never seek what you don't love. And my track record, my seeking, I didn't begin seeking because I wanted to move away from the world of suffering. Different seekers have come to seeking because of different reasons.
Some people want to move out of suffering, so they escape into spirituality.
Yes.
It's an escape.
It's an escape. But that they don't go very far. It's very, very difficult. Because I moved into seeking because, first of all, I lived in the material world up to the hilt. I did everything. I completely expressed my potential. I loved,
as what did you do? As engineer?
Not this life. Every lifetime I lived. I lived totally. I loved life. So without any guilt, absolutely. I was not at all religious or anything.
You really enjoyed yourself.
I enjoyed myself. So when then questions came that there must be someone, like when we look at a beautiful painting, we would always like to meet the painter. When I looked at so much beauty, so much potential in life, I thought there must be some creator. So the next step would be to meet the creator. That's how seeking arose in me. So questions like this appeared. And then I started going deeper into my reality, own reality. because I saw that I had many skills, but still in any moment, in any event, I could see there were forces interplaying, which I was not consciously doing. Any moment in reality was being caused by so much support from outside of what I was doing.
Right. So this support was from where? What level?
At that time, I didn't know.
But now you know.
Now I know.
Tell me.
The ego state of the self is like the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is.
Right.
And the state I am now in, the entire universe, entire creation is one organism.
You feel that?
I feel that.
So there's you also see, you're here, your personality, you have a name.
Yes.
That's a small part of your total consciousness.
Yes. But like to me, if I were to share my feeling in this moment with you, I feel that, I feel my body like a facade only.
I see.
As if there is nothing behind it.
And where's the rest of your consciousness?
It is like it is not confined to a space.
When you're talking, I get a sense of that feeling.
Yeah.
You're transmitting it to me in a way. I feel that. I feel on whatever level I'm feeling it.
Yes.
So that is the state of a mystic, you're saying, in a sense.
Mystic is in a process. This is what I arrived at in the end. When my I totally dissolved. So mystic, I began calling myself a mystic when I entered this process of seeking.
So when you totally dissolved,
yes,
what led to this dissolving? What was? Can you describe it?
I'll share about my method which I followed, which I am helping all with the same method.
Great.
Different methods, like see supreme consciousness, very different. You have to seek anything, you have to relate with it in some manner.
Yes.
Buddhism relates differently, other religions related differently, different masters related differently. How I related was close to Sufism.
Okay.
I even knew then that the supreme consciousness it's not an emperor sitting on any throne. It's not a supreme power like that embodied.
It's not an embodied God.
It's present everywhere.
It's not the Western idea of God.
No.
It's consciousness.
It's consciousness. So I began from that understanding. But I still called it the supreme being. So many people say that, why did you call it the being? So, but the other reason was that to relate with formlessness, I still went into a relationship of love with supreme consciousness.
So is that what you teach?
I do teach that, and it's very responsive also. So like it's not that you are talking to a wall, you are talking to something inanimate. It's very responsive. Like I'm talking to you. When you become open, you receive your answers, you feel, you are responded to, it's very interactive.
So then what actually was the problem? You had that feeling, and then what were the steps you went through?
I kept on slowly, my love kept on detaching me. I did not detach through any disciplines.
You didn't do any discipline.
Even you can see any love, whether you love money or you love any object or you love a person, in those moments you become very, very single-pointed.
Yes.
My love gathered me so intensely. My passion burned everything else in my my relationships down, and only one thing remained. It became single-pointed passion for the Supreme Being, which I started. My emergence. I was only seeking union.
Were you doing something in this passion for the Supreme Being? Were you meditating?
Meditation in the sense that I would always want to be alone.
Yes.
Sometimes it would be sweet nothings. For sometimes, we do it. The same things we do in life, I was doing. Meditation to me meant that I would always want to seclude myself. I would find the places to be alone, and then feel very nice being with what I loved.
Now, what's the state you're in? You have a wife, you have family, you have students, but so there's a person there. But how would you describe your reality?
I'm a father. I'm a husband. In my behavior, in my relationship with them, I'm very normal. The only thing is, from where my behavior arises, that they don't know. So it comes from a very free space, where there is nothing like a mind always does something as a reaction from a past.
Right.
I'm spontaneous in the moment. It's very instinctive. It is like a child.
You have no past.
I have no past. I dropped my past.
You could remember if you want, but you don't live out of the past.
I could, but with effort, I could remember my past, but then I don't enjoy it any longer.
So you are present then?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't feel time that way. I have no sense of time now.
So reality for you is just moment to moment?
Moment to moment, what people call here and now. So, if I'm doing something, I'm always open-ended. I don't know that when I should stop doing something because until someone else comes and stops me.
So can we do, let's just get into the present. Maybe you can help me, to get here and just be.
Get you into this moment?
Yeah, experience, you're present here. I got a lot of things going on. Not a lot, but I can let that go and experience this reality.
This process automatically is pulling you in, where in a few moments you'll be there.
Which process?
You don't search for it consciously. Let it happen.
Okay.
You continue.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening, I know.
How do you know that?
I know that because how I know that is because I told you that I'm integrated with entire consciousness. You are not. I can feel you like I can feel myself.
And you can feel everybody.
I can feel everybody.
And when I'm in that state, I can feel everybody too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we're in that state together, we are all one.
We are all one.
Okay.
Yeah, we are all one.
This is
When we can exist, our physical body has so many organs. When they can coexist, they can function together. Why can't the entire universe? Mm-hmm. Same thing. It's an extended model of the same thing.
Yeah, it's a whole.
It's a whole.
And we are part of that.
We are part of that. All conflicts end.
So here I am present. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah.
I actually feel like that is it.
Yes. You don't have to verbalize anything. It's like being near a fire, you feel the warmth. Mm-hmm. So it's very inductive. Initially it is inductive. My students are receiving it more through induction.
Induction meaning?
It's like a charged body is put near, or a magnet is put near a piece of iron.
So I'm feeling that now too, because but so when I go away, I'm going to go back into my...
for some time you will retain it, then because until you arrive at a state like this,
yes,
you'll lose it,
But I've been in this state. I've met many teachers, and all of them remind me of this state. And I'm getting more warmed up.
Yeah, because then you'll begin staying there longer and eventually forever.
Yeah, because this is who we really are. I know this. Yes. I've had those experiences.
So that's why when you sat with me, I didn't feel much resistance. Sometimes when I'm with people and I try to flow across, they block.
No, flow. Keep flowing. I appreciate it because there's so many people coming forward now that are helping to uplift this consciousness.
Yes, it is required.
So... thank you for your hard work. Do you feel, though, there's another place you can get to when there's more of an opening that's possible for this embodiment?
In this life?
In this life, yeah, as this consciousness?
No. The only thing is that I can continue to evolve my expressions so that I communicate better and I share truth better with others. That challenge, because that way, that part of me is still a part of the creative process. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm still flowing in creation for improving my expression.
So you have the great awareness, but then the act of communication needs to be filtered through the personality in a way.
That always is there because the device of expression which you create over many lifetimes, that's why initially you exist as a centered consciousness to create that device for the final flowering, the final expression. So, a sign of, ultimate consciousness would be that all questions end. You start feeling a sense of completeness.
I get that.
When there is no question left, the mind has no function left.
And there's no agreeing or disagreeing.
There is no agreeing or disagreeing.
There's just being.
Yeah, people like I don't debate. Neither people debate with me because it's only sharing of an experience. There's nothing debatable in it.
So I think this is where our culture is coming to. Everyone will be able to live in this state.
Absolutely. That's the script of every soul.
I think this is what's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. It's right around the corner.
I think so.
It is.
Can we imagine what a society will be like with this?
Beautiful, wonderful. It's like, well, that would be heaven on earth.
That will be.
Yeah.
And we're beginning it.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's touching everyone now.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are feeling it, some can't identify, and others are helping them, so it's quite generalized now. Whenever I'm not working, when I'm not passing on my message, I'm not sharing, I usually tend to fall back into the spiritual ocean.
In the spirit of just bliss, of nothing.
No, there is no experience over there, not even bliss.
There's no...
Because the deepest level which I'm talking has no experiencer left.
There's no experience. So
even bliss needs an experiencer.
So when you fall back into the ocean,
yes,
how do you manage to get back out of the ocean?
How you manage to get back is because the creative principle, the universal principle which brought creation into being, that pushes you back into creation until you finish living your script.
Living your what?
A script.
Oh, you have a script.
Yeah, everyone has.
But can we change the script and become...
We can change our script, but by that time, it's so unique and you love it so much, there is no reason to change it.
Because you become one with it.
One with it, and you love your script, because I would not want to be a different person.
Right. So let's fall back into the ocean. Is it possible to do that now?
We'll have to go silent.
Okay.
Be silent with me for some time.
Okay.
Dissolve the point of experience. There is no experiencer.
No, that's good. I feel it in my body. Why are you laughing?
I started dissolving myself.
You started to... That's good. I felt it.
I could dematerialize totally, but...
You could have dematerialized?
Yeah, but then...
Oh, it'd be great to catch that on camera.
But then that, it's not good to go that far, because then paths get distracted and people start jumping steps and want to just go there.
I want to get there. But can you dematerialize the body?
Yeah, when I'm alone, I do.
You do. But I was starting to feel a great shift.
Because we were not, we were dissolving totally, there were no barriers left.
But it was familiar feeling to me,
Yeah.
Sorry about the disturbance, but when we're in that state, there is
we had no disturbance.
There was no disturbance.
The space here had absolutely no disturbance.
It's all part of life.
All part of life.
That's great.
It had the purest quality of energy in this space,
Yeah.
We had the energies from the ultimate substratum flowing around,
I felt that.
Yeah.
And it's such a good feeling.
It's a very good feeling.
It's a great feeling.
So what have we lost? We are working also. We are using our cognition. We are understanding. We are interacting. We are reasoning, and still we are rooted in ultimate consciousness.
So let's live there. You do live there. But I can live there.
Yeah, you could live there.
I tasted it. I tasted the ocean.
Very good. I'm so happy.
No, I'm happy too. Thank you for doing your work.
Yeah, now just see this opportunity. How it comes. It's not random. I mean, I didn't cause it. Neither did you cause it. No one had any control, because we thought that we are consciously doing something, but creation was participating in this schedule.
But it's all creation.
It is all creation.
There's nothing anyone has to do with anything.
Nothing anyone has to do.
We are witnesses.
We are only witnesses. We are only experiencing.
It's all unfolding.
It's like we are like a nerve ending.
Yes.
That is sensing something that is happening over there.
So it's all the Leela.
All the Leela. It's a cosmic drama.
It is.
It is at that level, that once we know that, we relax.
And we feel good.
We are not the doers.
I'm going to get some people to your classes because I think they will enjoy this.
Thank you so much.
It's like but you don't even have to ask people who they are. That's just nonsense.
No, I don't have to ask.
They just have to show up and drop into the ocean together.
Yeah, most of the time without talking also,
right?
Transmission can take place, yeah.
Yeah. But you're actually doing something, I mean, in a way, internally.
No, I will tell you what I was doing. I was actually not doing. I was actually stopping to do anything.
Okay.
When you asked me,
yes,
till then I was doing something.
Okay.
Then I let go that.
Thank you. We should do every interview like that. That's a great answer. Thank you. So that's it. We just dissolved.
Yeah, we did.
And we can live there.
We can live there. And two things happened in that moment. One, you allowed me to share the cosmic consciousness with you. The second thing, what I did at my end was I let go. Whatever little activity was there, I stopped doing.
So let's just live that way. This is it.
This is it. Yeah. And the connection which has been made between us, it's not something you can switch on and off. This is a relationship forever.
But we had that connection before we met.
We had that.
Yeah, I have that with people who are in this place because it reminds me of who I am.
So I didn't feel I was meeting you first time at all.
No, I didn't feel
when you were standing over there.
Yeah, your personality was a little shy, but that's okay. No, I didn't. Because the eternal connection is recognized.
Yes, it was recognized.
Because it's you, it's me.
Yes, that's right. What I'm here to demonstrate is that even when you are rooted in the dissolved consciousness, you can still live so normally. I eat, I enjoy, I drive, I'm married, I have children. So this is the life which everyone should live in this world. This is emergence of renunciation of society, of everything. Like we don't have to go anywhere.
Right.
It's present right here. The main thing that keeps people away from seeking is fear. Fear of losing their mind, their eye center.
Right.
So when they see that, even when, the state of consciousness is very different, they lose nothing. They still exist very normally. So then they start relaxing and, they begin the process.
Thank you. Thanks for being a guest on New Realities.
Thank you so much.
I'm Alan Steinfeld, and if you want to reach me, email me at newrealities@earthlink.net. Check my website, newrealities.com. Thank you for watching today.